I have always hated how lavalier microphones clip on, and my newest one broke after using it the first time. Let me show you a great option to repair it that is both cheap and easy to do. Today's video is brought to you by the letter M, because this is my magnetic mount microphone modification. So, thinking about this topic, I've been making content for social media for well over 10 years now, and that is crazy to me. But even crazier is I have been recording home video since 1988, back when it was on a massive VHS tape compared to today. So that is over 36 years ago. The one vexing aspect has always been the audio. If you're not right next to the camera mic, you can't hear the audio very well. Now a little backstory. So back in the day, back in 1988, personal home recording was just starting out and was hugely expensive. I looked out and I had one come into the shop that the customer did not want to fix, and I was able to take it home and get it working. Back before wireless microphones were even available to home recording, I found a wireless receiver transmitter circuit project in an article of a magazine. You know, before the internet and YouTube, there were these things called magazines. I made my own early version of a wireless microphone. I etched the PC board and made one of my earliest electronic projects. Fast forward 36 years. So I recently upgraded to the next generation of wireless microphone. This neat tiny little package is the microphone and transmitter combined, and it sends the signals to the other, which is the receiver, which plugs into your camera or phone. But it has the same couple issues. First is the same issue that they've always had. I hate the way these all clip on. If you're like me and you wear t-shirts most of the time, you have to clip them over the edge of your collar, and then they're up so high that they rub on your neck when you move around. Or you have to fold over the shirt and clip them to the face of it, and then what do you do with the wire, right? And the second issue is the quality of that clip. Look at this brand new mic. The weakest part of this whole thing is the most important feature. The whole clip relies on this tiny little piece of plastic for the hinge to make it clip onto your body. If it breaks, well, what do you suppose was the first thing to break on this thing? The second time I took it out of the case, it was broken. I tried to fix it with JB Weld epoxy, and it worked, but it is really easy to see that this will always be the failure point. So I needed to find some better solution. So I have made other solutions in the past, and I made this great big behemoth as a 3D printed part, and it has a metal washer embedded inside the body of it. I have these very strong ring magnets that hold through the clothing so you can mount it to almost anything, or you can stick the magnet to anything metal and it holds this microphone in place. This worked, but it's a little bit too heavy for just a shirt, and it's a wired mic, so you still need to deal with routing the wire to the transmitter. That brings up another quick issue. This version of a wired mic has a transmitter that clips on in a similar way, so you always had to clip it onto a pocket or over a belt or onto the edge of your pants. I always hated that too. I was researching making a similar solution when I went shopping to see what magnets I could find. I thought maybe I could fire up my 3D printer and make something for this new style of wireless mic, and at the craft store, a perfect solution was right there in plain sight. These are pre-made magnetic clips for attaching badges. There are 6 of them in a package, and for less than $6 you get 6. That makes them less than $1 a piece. Plus, these were on sale at the time. So they have a metal part with a strip of adhesive tape ready to stick onto your item, and there are 2 neodymium magnets on the clip section of it that goes up underneath to the backside of your clothing. Having 2 magnets gives it more strength, and it holds the metal part in the direction that you set it up, and it seems to be a great feature for pointing the microphone in the right direction. These are almost perfect, except the metal strip is a little bit too long to fit on the case. So to make it fit, I need to permanently modify the case in a way that cannot be reversed. So I need to be very sure before I ruin this wireless mic. I am pretty sure it will work, so I need to remove this metal pin by pressing it out. There is a tiny spring inside the clip that holds tension on that little lever. So I will remove it and keep track of it so it does not fly off somewhere and end up in the vacuum cleaner. This is the area of the case that I need to make smooth. So I will use my utility knife and cut all of this plastic off. This is the permanent part of that modification. Okay, this looks like it's flat enough now, and this should allow the adhesive on that metal strip to stick it to the case really well. Now I just need to peel the paper off of the adhesive and mount this strip right to the back of the case. That looks about perfect. Okay, let's see how this works. So I think I just need to slip the metal backing up under my shirt in the correct location, and then the microphone should snap right into place. It seems to have plenty of strength. Looks like it holds it firm and it's pointing up. And it seems to be not too heavy like the older version. And this is on a shirt, it's not really drooping down. I wonder about a sweatshirt or a coat. So here's a thick sweatshirt. Let's see if it works on this. Well, that seems okay. And then let's try it on a coat. So here's a thicker coat. It's a little bit weaker, but I think it's still strong enough. And then I was also thinking maybe I could clip it under the bill of my hat. So if I'm just wearing a hat and to keep it up out of my way. The brim on this jungle hat is a lot thinner, and it seems like it sticks to that really well. And that holds it up underneath the brim, up out of the way, and I think it'll pick up my voice really well. And here's on a ball cap. Looks like ball cap brims are a lot thicker, so that one looks a little bit questionable. I guess now that this metal strip is attached, I can always use one of those stronger ring magnets to stick this thing anywhere I want. And for that matter, the ring magnet would hold it to anything metal, so looks like that might be an alternate option for this. All in all, this seems like a perfect solution to hold these wireless microphones any place you need it. Since this new one doesn't have any wires running back to a transmitter, that makes this very easy. I suppose on these older lavalier mics that use these bigger transmitters, I could stick that metal strip onto this case, and then maybe the included magnet would hold it, and if not, I could use one of those bigger ring magnets that I have and stick it to anything to hold them up out of the way easier as well. But that is a project for another day. I'm pretty sure you will see me sporting this new microphone setup in all of my future videos. Which reminds me, if you haven't already, you could subscribe and set the bell so you get notified whenever I post new videos. And only if I earned it, give me a thumbs up to let YouTube know that this video is worth sharing. Anyway, as always, thank you for watching, and here are some quick links to a couple more of my videos you might find interesting.
Well, I'd say that puts a pin in this one, it's done. But I didn't use pins, I used magnets this time. And remember, magnet starts with M.